with you an ice cream cone. So we are going to paint the ice cream cone. So in order to paint, you're going to need your kit. You should have 2 paintbrushes, some brown paint, and a little pods of paint. And in addition to that, you're going to need some paper towels and some water to wash your brush. The paper towels are to dry the brush, and I also put them, I put my project on top of the paper towels just to protect my table, which I'm drawing on. So I'm going to make a basic vanilla cone. You guys can make it whatever colors you want. I'm going to do white, and then we'll do brown, and then we'll go back in the white and add details like sprinkles and cherries and all that fun stuff. All right, so let's start painting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my bigger brush. I'm going to kind of mix around my white paint, and so the top half is my ice cream and the bottom half is the cone. So I'm just going to make a line with white that separates my cone and my ice cream. Then I'm just going to paint everything above that line white, including the edges. And I'm going to put 1 coat and then wait a minute and put a 2nd coat. So I put 2 coats on my white. Some of you guys might have like a pearlized paint, so it has a little sheen to it. Mine has a little sheen to it. So it's not bright white, but that's okay. So I'm going to clean out my brush now, and we are going to start painting the brown in our cone. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to put 2 coats of brown on my cone. If you don't want to make a brown cone, if you want to do a certain color, go for it. I'm just making a regular old ice cream cone. ice cream cone is drying, I'm going to go back and add some details to my white. So I'm going to use my small brush to add some details, and I'm going to also open some colors. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a cherry, and then I'm also going to add some sprinkles. But before that, I'm just going to add some definitions to the swirls in our ice cream. So I'm going to find my little brush and I'm going to pick any color. I'm going to pick blue. And from each of, so our ice cream is a little swirly whirly. So what I'm going to do is I am just going to connect the first two lines where the swirls meet. There I have my first swirl, then I'm going to connect the next two lines. That just gives the illusion that there are some swirls happening. If you want, you could use your finger to like blend the blue in a little bit. And there we have our beautiful swirls. So now I'm going to go back and just on the top, I'm going to make a little cherry. So I'm going to dip in some red and I'm just going to make a red circle to make a cherry. It's not at the very top, but that's all right. My little cherry top. When you're doing any of this, a little paint goes a long way. So once I have my cherry finished, I'm gonna wash out my brush and then I'm just gonna start adding sprinkles. See, now I'm gonna try and be as colorful as I can. I'm gonna start with some yellows and all I'm gonna do is just put little lines, little dashes. The yellow is kind of hard to see, but I'll switch colors. I'll go to green so it's a little easier to see. And you can put sprinkles all over. The more sprinkles, the better. I like to make them go in different directions. Get some different colors. You could do different sizes. If you want, you could do some dots. I'll show you my trick for dots. You could use the back of the paintbrush and you could just dip in the paint and dot. Dip and dot. So I'm going to add some dots all around. If you want to change colors doing, you just wipe it on the paper towel. I'm going to add some blue dots. Add some green dots now. And then go back and add some yellow dots. Beautiful. So then I am just going to wipe the back of my brush on my paper towel and then I'll clean my regular brush. And now our cone has been given a little time to dry. Mine's still a little wet, but I'll tell you what we're gonna do. So we're gonna add some details to our cone. So I am just gonna connect where the cone goes in a little bit. I'm gonna dip in white and I am just gonna connect those two lines with white. Now my paint's a little bit wet, but that's okay. It's just gonna blend to make like a light brown, which is nice. So above that, I'm gonna leave that, but below it, I'm gonna just put a whole bunch of diagonal lines. Going one way, and then I'm gonna switch directions and go the opposite way. So I make like a little pattern. So we have a little ice cream cone. Nice. So I'm going to just wash out my brush. And I am going to put a little white line on the right side of my cone, just to add like a little light reflection. And I'm also going to do it, I'm going to put a backward C in my cherry to add a little light reflection. So there we have our ice cream cone. Now you could decorate this however you'd like. If you want to add more things, if you want to add more colors, this is just acrylic paint. So I'm going to let this dry, and when it dries, then you could use it as decoration in your room or something like that. All right, I hope you guys had fun painting with me, and I hope to see you soon.